Before I kick off any presentation, I just want to launch a poll. It's a very simple, just a one question. If you could just answer that for me, and I'll sort of know where we're sitting at the moment. And it's basically, are you likely to register for the Certificate 4 short course? Okay, so let's get into this. So I'll just share my screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go and click on the actual presentation. I'm just going to run through certain components of it. So National Lending Group, we're a mortgage aggregator. We specialize in working with accountants. We have basically three kind of ways that you can interact with us. But within this, there's kind of no rules. And so we make it bespoke for each individual accounting firm or accountant that's looking to work with us. Today, we're focusing on the middle one, which is writing loans yourself and giving you an opportunity to actually get into the Cert 4, get it done really fast, and then move on to writing loans. And the whole thing is designed around that little bit of a gap that you may have in your business from sort of the 15th of May to the 1st of July, where you've generally got about 40 days of certainly not downtime, but it's not as crazy as it is for, I guess, the bookends of that particular time frame. So if we look at the steps to becoming a broker, first step is you need to have your Cert 4. We've gone with the Cert 4 because it's a lot quicker to get than one diploma. Okay. Generally, what happens is that you start a new company with this particular venture, and the reason we do that is we just want to keep things a little bit separate. So you'll come under our credit license, and it'll separate the accounting business from your new venture. And just if anything does go wrong in the mortgage broking side, it won't affect your accounting firm. Of course, there's always paperwork, which is an NLG application form that you need to complete, and then you'll need to get either MFAA or FBAA, so Mortgage and Finance Association or Finance Broker Association. Generally, that costs about $500 a year. They have what's called an initial compliance pack, which covers things like anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism finance issues. And that's an extra course that you do. There's about $200 for that. You'll also need a police check, credit check, certified ID in your Cert 4 as normal. Step 5 is that you on board and you begin writing loans. And we've got a very special offer for our accounting friends at the moment. We're doing mentoring at $250 a month, which is down from $500 a month. So there's a 50% discount. We're also doing mentoring or charging for mentoring only for the first 12 loans. Normally, what happens with mentoring that you're stuck doing it for 2 years, no matter how many loans you write. Once you've written sort of a dozen to 20 loans, you kind of know what you're doing, and the amount of learning that we are involved with significantly diminishes. And so you kind of can end up paying for nothing. So what we've done is designed the course for those that want to, the mentoring, so that it's for those that join as accountants. It's half price, and you only actually pay that half price for the first 12 loans anyway. There are compliance costs of $252.08 per month. Don't ask me who gets that 8 cents, but that includes your PI insurance, your AFCA, and your credit rep fee. And then there's $175 plus GST per month. Then I'll go to a little T, but plus GST per month software fee. And the software fee covers things like your loan lodgement, all the information that you'll need to do with lending, bankstatements.com, credit checks, marketing to your client base, all sorts of different things. And it is an absolutely comprehensive CRM for your new venture. We've looked at the 15th, 16th, and 17th of June. So that's a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to knock the course out. The reason why we've sort of looked at 3 days in a row and is really because busy people such as yourself, when they're doing a Certificate 4 and it's at self-paced, generally it can stretch out to 12 months and beyond. And it can sometimes never get done because busy people, they struggle to sort of find the time. But busy people are also very good when it comes to, okay, I've got to get this done. I'm going to block this out and I'm going to do it. And that's the way that we've designed the course, is to go bang, bang, bang over 3 days, get it sorted, finished, and move on. Registrations for the course close on the 7th of June, 2023. And we have what we call a certificate for info session. So once you've registered by the 7th of June, on the 9th of June, we're just going to have a half-hour quick info session that'll say, okay, download this, complete this. This is the next step in terms of preparing for the certificate 4 on the 15th, 16th, and 17th of June. So I'm going to I'm going to stop my sharing now, and I'm going to hand it over to Michelle Firth from AAMC. Michelle is going to take us through, I guess, how this is going to work in a little bit more detail, what needs to happen before the course, so a little bit of pre-work, and then we're on our way. So Michelle, you should be able to share the screen. And welcome.
Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to run through my entire presentation from start to finish. So I'll just launch it. Okay. So AAMC Training Group are one of the preferred training providers, not only for NLG, but also for the associations as well. So we're recognised by the MFAA and the FBAA if you join them. So we came up with a few years back accountants and financial planners exemption stream. And what that means is that we look at what experience that, an accountant or a financial planner would hold and their understanding of the financial services industry by way of your, current qualifications and what you're doing in your job and your professional development. And we try to reduce the amount of work for you. But having said that, we do require you to provide some evidence to back up your experience. So I'm going to go through a bit of that today. We're not taking away any learning for you. You will still, do what we call a precursor of learning how to put a loan together before Vanessa is there to hold your hand with the mentoring and looking at other loans. So there are some eligibility requirements to enter the program, and I'm just going to quickly run through them. So we need a minimum of 2 years experience as a qualified accountant or 2 years experience as a qualified financial planner, and we obviously need to know that you're holding a licence. You must be able to provide professional development for the most current 12 months. So what you've been doing with your PD, and you must have been directly dealing with clients or retail clients supporting their needs. So we do need to know that you're able to, prospect for your own clients, build relationships to get those clients. So that's really important too, because there are units in the course that require you to do that by assessment if you were coming in without having that experience. So the RPL process is a combination of evidence gathering for us, because we can't just hand you a certificate. We need something to prove to our regulator that you met the requirements of the knowledge and vocational side of doing this course. There will be gap assessments because obviously it's a different qualification than the one you hold, and it's a different field to the one you're in at the moment. So we do have to take you through some assessments, but that's what the 3-day workshop's aiming to achieve. So I'm just going to run through some pre-work requirements. Now, I will state this. If you do come to the first day of the training and you've done none of this, it means you have to do it after you've left the training session, and you're busy professionals, and we understand, time can get away and things can get away from you. So it's really preferred that you do this before you actually come along to the workshops, because it'll just help you towards getting it completed, which is our aim. These requirements are actually part of what we call an application pack. So once you've enrolled with us, you will get some information on, and we're going to run a session on how to get into your portals. So we're going to show you how to complete these pre-work requirements. you have to download an application pack, and in there's some templates. So don't rush off now and start pulling, references together, because we have templates for those references. So we need you to follow the guidelines that we set so that, again, we can prove competency against the units in this course. So there's a one-page resume form. There's a declaration form. Again, we need evidence of 12 months current professional development. Referee state. Now, you can fill out a form if you can't pull your professional development from any portal that you use, or however you manage to track that. We give you the opportunity to submit your own, or we'll give you one to fill out. Referee statements, people that have known you within the industry, and you're probably already getting ready to ask me a load of questions about who those referees might be. They are generally people within the financial services industry that you've dealt with, and again, the application pack will outline who they are, and we give you plenty of options. Referral relationship testimonials. So you must get your business from somewhere, or you've got some business partners that you deal with. So, where are your clients coming from, and can those people, again, fill out something on your behalf to say that you are, in fact, working with them to help, service their clients. Just forward. Okay. So I'm just going to quickly run through the workshop agenda. Now, again, we will run through this prior to the session. You'll also get emails to, cover what will be happening in more detail. But today's just about letting you know what we're going to be doing to help support you to get through your qualification quicker. So there is an introduction for 1 hour, and the reason we've got the introduction is to reintroduce you to the portal and where your information needs to be uploaded. For those who maybe forgot where to put the pre-work documents, there's an opportunity to do that. We also talk about what we're going to cover for the next 3 days. So we, like I said, have some gap assessments to complete. We have a loan application process module that will need to be, assignment based, and so we've set aside 5 hours to go through that with you. So again, we don't normally run workshops this way, but we are taking into account your knowledge from working in the industry. There's some regulation and compliance we'll go through. Obviously, that's different. So we're under NCCP in this industry, and the other regulation and compliance you're probably familiar with because you'll be under similar regimes. But we do go through those that pertain to brokers, like best interest duty for mortgage brokers. Ethical knowledge, we do have a mini assignment for that we take you through. Even though you work in a very ethical framework, we still need to obviously address, that unit. Manage professional development of others. Now, you manage your own professional development, we know that, but we just need to establish whether you manage other people in your business. If you do, there's a testimonial template you can complete. If you don't and you're a sole operator, then there's a mini assignment that you'll do. So we've set aside 2 hours for that. Some of you may be able to leave the session early on that day or stay to work on other things if you, again, can get that testimonial. But again, we'll take you through that in the pre-session. Day 3, we run through a group questionnaire and do some skills assessments. Those are just to back up what you've done in the prior 2 days. And obviously, the questionnaire is an interview of just your understanding across all of those facets of the course. Again, we give you the questions before you come to the workshop anyway, so you can look at them the night before if you want to get prepared. As Steve mentioned, there's a special offer for NLG members. So our normal price is $12.97. So good news is NLG are a valued partner of ours, so we've reduced the course for you by $200 each. So what happens once you, how do you register? So there's a lady in my team that will help you through that. Her name's Victoria. So if you are interested in attending, you can contact our team. I'll contact Victoria. She'll send you a registration link. So you'll need to get registered for the course. So that's the first step. Once you're registered, we actually then enroll you into the course. So so basically she will work with you to get you enrolled. So as soon as you're registered, if you can let her know that you have, then obviously an email or a string of emails will follow that, highlighting prereq requirements, confirming workshop dates and times. And again, on the 9th of June, we'll go over everything again with you. So again, there's plenty of support around this process. So that's it from me. So Steve, I've got a question for you. So do you prefer the attendees today to send their details via you, or are you happy for them to just contact Victoria and let her know that they're joining the workshop?
Feel free to contact Victoria directly via email, and just CC me in on the email as well if you like. That way we can sort of just keep on top of everything, and it'll be tickety-boo.
Yeah, that'd be great. So if everyone could write down her contact details, please, that would be great if you're interested in attending.
It's in the chat box, and I will be sending an email around with Victoria's email address as well. So you'll get a couple of opportunities to nail that one as we go forward.
Yeah, so copy of this page. If you wanted to attach that, I can send that to you as well.
Got it. Brilliant.
Great. That's it from me. So I'll
Thanks,
stop
Michelle.
sharing.
Thank you.
Let Vanessa take over from here.
Awesome.
Thanks,
so Vanessa, Vanessa's our wonderful internal broker mentor, and the amazing success that we've been having with Vanessa and her mentoring programs it's been ridiculous actually how good it is. But that comes down to somebody who really cares and is an incredibly good educator and incredibly patient. So I'll hand you over to Vanessa to run through the mentoring program.
Lovely. Thanks, Steve, and thanks, Michelle. I'll just share my screen. Alrighty, so everyone can see the mentoring program here. So as Steve mentioned, I run the NLG mentoring program. So what it entails is, as I'm sure you're probably aware, when you're new to industry, even if you do have experience, as you all do, mortgage broking is actually a profession and there's a lot to learn. So the MFAA, FBAA come up with a plan to ensure that new brokers were supported throughout their first 2 years, because they found that many new to industry brokers from all different backgrounds actually left the industry within the first 1 to 2 years because they didn't have that support that they needed. So we saw that there was a gap here and wanted to bring it in-house so we could ensure that you get the best program possible. A lot of the programs out there, whilst they're good, are very reactive. Therefore, there's no formal part of the learning, and you get a scenario, you call your mentor, they assist you with that, and then you move on and potentially don't have much contact. And of course, if there are other programs out there who do run for the 2 years and do have formal part of the learning. So what we cover in that 2-year period is marketing, business management, compliance and loan processing, and industry knowledge. So you've got access to me as your dedicated one-on-one mentor for the individual support that you need, as well as having access to, and we require you to participate in the modules. So the modules, obviously the Cert 4 is a requirement to enter into the industry, and that's why we're here today to talk about Cert 4. And the mentoring program runs for that 2-year period. So what we've done is we've actually broken it down into modules, because if we tried to give you all of the information all at once, it would just be too much. You wouldn't be able to absorb it. So we broke it down into bite-sized pieces, which we deliver in a group session via Teams or via Zoom. So you'll be in with other new to industry brokers, and we cover off each individual section, such as the appointment, product knowledge, understanding income. And I won't read through all the whole list here. And this is sort of an evolving program, which means that we really value feedback from you. And we're constantly writing new modules and updating modules to ensure that the modules that we do give you are up to date and of benefit to you. So we really separated out. First 6 months is a lot more intensive than the rest of the program because you can see clients from the start. So we want to make sure that we get as much knowledge provided to you as possible to ensure that you're feeling comfortable and confident, and also submitting deals that actually get approved. So the mentoring program is broken up into 2 parts, one being the formal part of learning, where we go through the modules, and 2, the reactive side, when you get a deal come across your desk, there to support you with that, whatever that might look like. So for some people, it might be understanding our CRM software. For others, it might be structuring or serviceability, understanding income, any part of doing that deal, you have access to me one-on-one. And that could be a phone call, text message, email, or similar to today, a Zoom session with screen sharing, so we can both look at the same thing at the same time, which cuts down the amount of time it takes. So my role also at NLG is also broker support. So available once you're out of the program, I don't go away. You still have access to me for scenarios on my CRM support or compliance, or even just a sanity check, because it's really good to have someone on the end of the phone who understands. I also write deals myself on the side, so I know exactly what it's like to write a deal and what's going on with the lenders. So here to support you all the way through. Alrighty, I think that's about it, Steve.
Thanks, Vanessa. That's kind of basically it, I think. I don't think we had too much more to discuss in there. It's very simple. There are obviously within that, there's additional support, there's software support, there's also business development support as well. So if you were looking to sort of be the one that started the business, the mortgage broker division within the business, and you wanted to scale it up, we can also help you with things like other referral partners, etc. as well. So it's a really good opportunity to build something that does deliver additional revenue to your business, but also builds an asset too. And you probably know that, trail is a big part of the mortgage broking industry. We were fortunate enough 4 years ago that the Royal Commission and the fallout from that was that we could keep earning trail, which is terrific. So, an accountancy business, generally it's sort of a 1-to-1 multiple. Trail at the moment, we're looking to anywhere up to 3 times the annual revenue. So it's a substantial asset that you can build. The next step, as we know, is really to send an email through to, it's Victoria, is that right, Michelle?
I'll unmute. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So send an email through to Victoria, CC me in. I will send a recording of this. I will send an email also to you with Victoria's details as well. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to reach out to me, phone, email, whatever you need. And that was basically it, guys, nice and simple. So thank you, Michelle, and thank you, Vanessa. Before we leave, does anybody have any questions? Yes, we've got one there. Okay, does Cert 4 limit you to writing only residential refinances and a diploma needed for commercial? No, it does not. You will have the full breadth of lending at your disposal. The only lender that you may be restricted with potentially is the CBA. However, they are lifting that as we speak. So it is likely that it will be completely game on for any lender and any product that you want to immerse in. We also have a gentleman by the name of Nathan Code who does our commercial mentoring, and that's for the real proper commercial, the cash flow lens and things like that. Some of the real heavy commercial, call it heavy commercial kind of stuff, kind of lending. But Vanessa's pretty much over most of it anyway. All right. Do we have any other questions aside from that? All right, we might close it up there. Thank you very much for your time, everyone. Oh, is the workshop online? Yes, the workshop is
virtual
online.
Class.
Julie, you can get your own mentor, yes. We do recommend, though, that just make sure, really important point, mentoring is the one thing that you don't want to muck around with. Make sure if you do get your own mentor that they are available, they are current in terms of their knowledge, that they have a proper program, because it will be the one area that will let you down. Okay, aggregate through who you want, whatever you want to do in that respect, but just make sure your mentoring is top notch. That's an absolute critical component. All right, everyone, thank you so much for your time. And oh, hang on, one more. Andrew, how do we get the diploma? Yes, so you sort of got to get the diploma within 12 months, but Michelle, you might want to expand on
Yeah.
some of the.
I can
the way to
expand
do
on
this.
that.
Yep.
Sure. So once you obtain your Cert 4, Andrew, there are 9 units that we credit transfer to a diploma. So we call a diploma from a Cert 4 a diploma upgrade. So you do three more units to obtain your diploma if you do it pretty much straight after your Cert 4, because the industry does change a little bit from time to time, and so do the training packages. So to get your diploma after your Cert 4, if it's within this same version, or within, a short period of time, then you will do commercial lending or complex lending. So it includes commercial. You do grow the practice, and you also do risk. So, there is a pathway for you to continue on with your diploma with those 3 additional modules.
Fantastic. Thanks, Michelle. All right. Do we have any other questions before we close off? So it is a much. Yes, Michelle.
Sorry. Andrew asked how much it costs. If you do it online, Andrew, it's $497, and obviously you get an NLG discount of 10%. If you go to virtual classroom, then that I think is about $997, but don't mark me on that. I can get that information across to you.
Awesome. So industry standard, John. John's asked minimum entry Cert 4. Yep. What if I do not want to do the diploma? The industry standard is that you need to get your diploma within 12 months of joining. And that's a few lenders that are sort of covering off on that. So you do have to get it done. But as Michelle said, it's a much easy process. Rob's asked, read the diploma, can that be done as a fast track? It's a lot more complex when you're doing the diploma up front. Michelle, I might get you to go through that.
Yeah, so the same would apply with the loan scenario. So we would expect that you would do them. And then obviously risk and marketing, they are fairly easy to get through, to achieve, because you've already been in business. So we call anything that you continue on with fast track. Do we have an exemption pathway? Not at the moment. Because again, there are only 3 units, and the majority of it is the complex lending, which is something we would need you to do as assignments.
Yeah.
And we haven't got like a fast track workshop for that, but we can discuss it with Steve if there is enough interest.
The reason why we've gone down to Cert 4 fast track is because there is a big difference between the Cert 4 and diploma when you're starting, and we just find that people want to get writing loans and get busy and start doing this as soon as possible. Here's our pathway, and then we can get the diploma later. Nilesh Kumar has asked, how do I become an NLG member? I'll send out some details on that via email as well, just after this. So you'll all get an email just with an outline of what's next. Nikhil has asked, how soon should we complete the diploma? Generally, we want it started within 12 months of joining. That's the kind of rule of thumb. You can, if it gets to 12 months time and you're just finding that you're absolutely time poor, we can get exemptions and extensions. So don't worry about that too much. That's something that we can sort of cross that bridge when that comes. But the best way to get up and running, get started, get that Cert 4, get it done, and get into helping your clients. Before we go, I don't think I can sort of think of any other details at this point in time, or any questions, FAQs. So no other questions coming through, so we might close it off there. So again, everybody, thank you so much for attending. I'm contactable anytime you want, and obviously Michelle and Vanessa, thank you so much for your time as well. And
thanks again.
Thanks everybody. Have a wonderful day, and hopefully we'll see you on the 9th of June for the first intro session. Have a great day.
Thanks. See you.